Just know just what you want.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Cozy Podcast. It's your girl, Miss Vivian Baby.
It's your boy Al.
And I'm your girl, Dr. L. So, how y'all doing? How was the weekend?
It's a long week this week. I ain't even gonna lie. It's been a long one, but hey, we here. It's been a good productive week, but it's been long. It was one of those weeks where I had to just shut everything off, get everything I need to get done, and hey, we popping back out.
Right. Reset, refocus, okay.
Yes, it just feel like it's been stressful this week. I ain't even gonna lie, like it's been a long week. That's really all I can say. It's just been a long week.
Right, it's been one of those weeks for real.
Yeah, it really has been. And you know, that's okay because next week is always in the week, so.
Right.
Whatever.
How your week been?
It was okay. Stressful some days, better the next, but overall, normal.
Okay.
All right.
First started out a little chaotic, then it got smooth a little bit, but yeah.
Sure, it be like that.
It do, and what Glenn really said, that's why we love tomorrow.
For real.
So today's topic, we are going to discuss code switching in the workplace.
Okay.
So you know how we go to work and we feel as though we have to change our tone, change our hair, change how we react or interact with others. How do you feel about that? How do y'all feel? Like, do you feel like you have to code switch in the workplace? Do you feel like, no, I'm me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like I'm me. Like, I don't turn who I am off or on. You know, sometimes when you in a professional environment, you gotta know certain things you can't say or do. But that don't mean change who you are as an overall person. I don't care if I wear a little t-shirt to work, and I'm a director, I wear a little t-shirt to work, or whatever, because that's just who I am.
Ooh.
You know the little shirts that we be wearing now, like I wear that to work.
Really?
With my scrub pants.
Okay, well that's different because you wearing it with your scrub pants. So
Yeah.
as long as it's, you know, it still appears as professional, then I don't see anything wrong with it. I personally think I code switch 110%, and not just in the workplace, in different areas of life. Sometimes I code switch, and that's because sometimes I just try to. Hell, I'm code switching now. And that's just because I try to make myself sound so people can understand me better. Because I can have a very, very thick southern accent, so I do tend to, well, I'm not even gonna say code switch, I try to enunciate my words a little bit better when I'm in a professional environment. As far as like technically code switching, like changing who I am, I think my personality is the same, but the way I talk is 100% different. Because I'm not going to talk to people in a professional environment the way I talk to my friends at the bar or at the club, you know.
Right.
So
I'm glad you know how to turn your accent off, child. I don't think I can
get
turn
into
mine
it,
off.
learn.
You don't think I can turn it off?
You don't.
Yes, I do.
I've never heard you turn it off. You might be thinking you turn it off, but it ain't on. It's always on. Always on the thousand. What about you, Elle?
So I think it depends on the environment. I do feel as though the way I talk to y'all, no, I'm not going to go in the workplace and talk like that. But for the most part, as far as like being who I am, being true to myself, absolutely. I'm going to wear my hair how I wear it now. I am going to be sometimes I could be assertive, sometimes it's different personalities depending upon how I wake up and come into work. But overall in the workplace, yes, you do have to switch up just how you will approach a situation, and especially if you are in management or whatever it is. So I think code switching isn't bad, but don't change who you are in the midst of it. Know to separate, but also know this is me.
I also think it's a little harder for women to
It is.
adapt to a certain professional standard, because most women are accustomed to doing certain things, but men, we just put a shirt, tie, pants on, and we find women, they gotta adjust all kind of things, especially black women. Like, we got our own style, where we dress, blah, blah. So, it's not necessarily considered professional. So now we gotta switch this up, because we wanna work with other people. So.
And then, but who who wrote the standard of what's professional? Because, you know, the military, they're changing. When I got out the military, but previously in the military, I think, like, you couldn't have like locks or twists or anything in your hair, and now you can. So it's like, who is, you know, who set the standard for what's professional? How are you going to tell a black woman that her natural kinky curly hair isn't professional? So I do think society has started adapting more to having cultural diversity with professional appearance and things of that sort. So hey, who knows? But you know, we do know certain things aren't professional. Like you ain't coming to work with no pink and blue and green hair and things like that. Like in no shape, form, or fashion is that ever going to be acceptable. But I do think they are leaning more towards thinking about black women when they're wearing those professional dressing appearances.
Yeah, because we all know that it's leaning more towards a certain group of people.
Correct.
And it's built on those people's standards and how they do it and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's another topic, y'all.
Right. I remember with tattoos, when people back then, oh, you can't have tattoos that are illegal. Now corporate America has got lax on tattoos. Everybody, management on down. I feel like, you know, I never went in the workplace and showed my full tattoo just because for me, I do think that's unprofessional depending upon what your tattoo is.
Right.
So that's my take on it. How do y'all feel about going into the workplace as far as code switching because of other opportunities? You know, sometimes people feel like they have to go in and change their tone on how they speak. Some people talk loud. You know, simmer it down and know this is who I am. I just talk loud. So how y'all feel about that when you're trying to go for other opportunities and things like that?
I feel like for us, we have to tone it down a little bit because we are naturally loud, like black people, we are a naturally loud group of people, and that's just the truth. But they always try to label us as being angry and upset and blah, blah, blah. I can go back to this, remember I was telling y'all how I had an issue with the doctor or whatever at my facility, and the way my tone that I was projecting to her and the words that I was saying, they didn't necessarily take it as if I was angry, but they took it as if I was being very assertive towards her, which, I mean, that's just who I am.
Right.
And I didn't apologize for being who I am, none of that, because that's who I am and I'm not going to change who I am.
But you weren't disrespectful.
Oh, of course, no, not disrespectful at all. It was just the way we present ourselves, like our demeanor, our tone, can come off as being aggressive. And I mean, it can be, because even as a black person, when I'm talking to another black person, sometimes I'm like, oh, that baby is being aggressive, even though I know they're not being aggressive, but it's just how people picture us.
But what if, so I understand you, like, you know, you're not gonna ever apologize for being who you are, and you shouldn't, but sometimes apology is warranted to some people, because I can apologize to you for how you perceive me to be, but I'm not gonna apologize, that was never my intent. So you can still apologize and explain, okay, this is what I mean, but I apologize that I made you feel that way.
Maybe I should change up how I said it. I'm not going to apologize for being who I am or saying what I said.
Right.
I will apologize for making you feel a certain way.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to feel like, oh, you being, what's the word? He's being aggressive and now he don't want to apologize for it. Baby, I'm not being aggressive, so I'm not apologizing for what I said or how I said it. I'm apologizing because of how you feel.
Right.
So,
I hate that A word.
Yeah.
That's aggressive. I just hate that. But, and then going back to your question, Elle, about like, you know, if you're a naturally loud person, do you simmer it down in the workplace? I don't think people like that should, because sometimes that can bring, it depends on how it's presented. Because that can bring an energy into the workplace that you may need. You do need, because thinking about everywhere, you know, every place of business I work there, you do have that one loud person that's in the office, and sometimes you know they're going to come in and they're going to be super loud, and when they're not, you're like, hey, you know, what's wrong with Mike today? Why he kind of quiet today? You okay? Because I look forward to that energy. So it's nothing wrong with being there. It's just it's a place and a time for you know, for everything. If you're dealing with patients, you may not want to be loud with the patient, but there's nothing wrong with being loud with your coworkers if that's who you are.
Right.
So I think it just depends.
Right. So now that DEI, many corporations have said, okay, we're no longer participating in DEI. How do you feel that it will affect the workplace today?
On our side or
Our side.
our side? I feel like that can kind of make us feel uncomfortable because now we feel like we don't have people to support us. Like we feel like and advocate for us. Like we feel like if we go to HR, now we don't have them on our side. Who can we go to? Who can we look for to advocate for us?
No, I definitely agree with that, but I also feel like that DEI stuff, it was complete bullshit from the beginning because you never want to be a diversity hire. Like, I never want to be the person in the workplace that you only hire me for numbers on a book. And if that's what the companies were doing in the first place, it's been up them.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's just showing their true colors, but it ain't really no different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel a few ways about it. One way is having an advocacy. So a lot of corporations have put so much money into the company to have resources and tools for people like us that do come in conflict with, DEI. And then another thing is, like you were saying, V, you right, like you only did this so you can just hire black people and it's justified because you need a number. So I think as far as looking at it like that, I think it was a good thing. And the reason being is because we were qualified, can do the job, and it's just bypassed. So regardless if it's a number, they still employ the black people.
That's true.
If that makes sense. So I hate that it's leaving. I do wish something could have happened because look at Target. We had to stop shopping at Target and everything. What happened? They lost so much money.
Yeah, girl, we still.
We still.
Yeah, I
think I've shopped one time since that happened.
Girl,
Yeah, I have not shopped there. My baby wanted a backpack from them. I didn't shop though. But yeah.
It gotta be something very important when we go to that job.
Right.
I don't play by that.
But Target not the only one.
No.
You get what I'm saying? Think about it. It's a lot of corporations, places that we utilize that we should really not even, we shouldn't go to. We should not support them.
Yeah.
But we do it
But we do it anyway.
That's a lot on job.
And I feel like if we really stuck together and had like the mentality of our grandparents and great grandparents and really kept our black dollars within the black community, we could really make a huge movement.
I believe
like
that.
the Black Lives Matter, like that.
Yeah.
We were so close to making a
Yes.
huge impact. I don't know what happened, but if we would have kept that going for a couple of more years, like think about the change that we really could have made.
Yeah.
And how many more black successful millionaires, because we made a lot of black millionaires, but we could have made more.
Yeah, because I feel like folks get in other people's head,
Yeah.
then they start thinking, oh, that thing is too much or whatever. But no, it's not too much. We doing this for a reason. We protesting, we marching, we doing this for a reason. We boycotting them for a reason.
I think we're lazy. We're too lazy to do it.
Yeah.
Now, that's just my opinion.
They don't speak for all of us. 'Cause I am.
We were one.
Right. We are one.
Baby, I'm not lazy.
Right.
I'm
We
not.
lazy.
Wow. So as DEI has come to an end, I think we all just need to be aware and stay on our P's and Q's when it comes to how we act in the workplace. I do feel like we have a long way to go as far as just understanding the assignment. But as black professionals, we do have to understand this is corporate America, whether we like it or not. And be who you are, but always, remain true to yourself.
Yeah, that's the best way to sum it up.
I feel like we just, at the end of the day, we just gotta have our own, baby. We gotta have our own businesses, our own store, just our own everything at this point.
Right.
Like, one thing I can't say, and it might be a little off topic, but the generation under us, I like this new generation. They going back to going to school, starting businesses, only dating within their race. Like, they going back to that.
What generation you looking at? I ain't seeing
Girl,
it.
yes, the ones that's the youngest.
Hello, I'm so confused.
Wait. Yes, it's a lot of them that's still on they BS, but it's a lot of them.
I think this generation doing the total opposite.
No,
They
it's
ain't
not.
going to school.
Yes,
They not they within their race.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Hey,
yeah.
once one person under 25 years old is a public figure that is a black boy and a black girl together.
Girl, I don't know names now, child. Under 25. Girl, I'm talking about the general population. I ain't talking about just no celebrity.
Exactly, the general. Just name one then.
Girl, my little cousin that I showed you yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, that just proposing. Like, I'm telling y'all, the younger our generation, no. It's not. But the younger generation, they're going back to that traditional way. I see it. I
feel like our generation, we went to school and we're the ones who really put the blueprint on starting businesses and stuff like that. These kids is not going to college. It's not cool.
Yes, that in certain aspects, yes, we are a little better, but I feel like they are more headstrong than we are.
I think they're more entrepreneurs. They're more hustlers.
That's the only thing.
They have a lot of entrepreneurs.
Other than that,
yeah.
No.
I mean, China's always me against two. But I feel like...
Because you be saying some bullshit.
No, I feel like it is. I feel like they are though, but that's just my opinion, child. Y'all let us know because...
Especially with the dating within your race, like,
yeah,
what, they mixing it up out here.
No, the younger ones, they aren't. It's our generation that's doing that. It's our generation.
What you think?
I think it's
I don't believe that. I think it's a lot of YNs and a lot of
right. All these YNs want YGs
out here. I mean
WGs.
I think that generation, as far as prison time, is a lot more going in there. They're very reckless. I don't see what you're saying.
I ain't gonna say they more reckless than our generation. No, we was reckless too.
Really?
No, we was absolutely. But I think this is it's hard trying to get through to them. They don't listen. I don't know.
Child, these little white ants just keep it on the. They just do what they do on the low. That's just what it is, child.
I think they're disrespectful.
Yeah.
They're very disrespectful. They do
Some
not care about age. They don't care about anything.
Baby, they don't care about your age.
They do not care.
They prefer somebody that's older anyway. They do, baby. We just had this conversation last night, baby. They want some.
No R. Kelly.
Oh my God.
So as far as Dr. Orders, be yourself, be respectful. Sometimes you may have to code switch, but.
Child, but I do want to piggyback off something that we talked about in our last episode. Y'all remember when we was talking about the domestic violence thing with Sha'Carri? That's her name, Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri. You sound...
I mean, she said Sha'Carri.
Oh, Sha'Carri, child. I feel like, personally, and I don't want to go back to last week's conversation, but I feel like the justice system always yields more towards the woman in those situations than the man. Like, most of the times a woman can put her hands on a man and nothing happens. But as soon as that man stops her behind, it's a problem. Now he's going to jail. However, when Sha'Carri did it, yes, she did go to jail, but I think it was because of her title. But I feel like the justice system is not fair in those situations. Women get away with it more often than men do. More than 50% of the time, women get away with it more. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. That's what I'm stating. That's how I feel. What y'all think, y'all?
Why do you feel it was the title, though, versus what she did? Because she was on camera, she had witnesses that she did that. So why do you think it's the title?
Because of, like I said earlier, most of the times women get away with it and they'll listen to the story. If it had it been a man, if it was in a different situation, had it been a man, he would have been in jail. Had it been a woman that did that, they probably would have let her went
If she was regular.
Yeah, if she was a regular person.
I don't think so. In the airport, that's a federal facility.
Yeah.
No.
Child.
If I go in there and beat on my man, I'm going to jail.
Child, what you looking on that rock?
No, because I think what the issue is, men don't report domestic violence as much as women report it. That's why women skate by.
That might be a source to it too.
I think that's what that's all it is.
That could be a source.
Anytime a man hits a woman is going to go file a report on him. a woman hit a man ain't got to go, she put her hands on me, oh my God, she gotta go to jail.
But why y'all think that's so? Because of his ego, maybe?
It's his ego, and I hate to say it, women throw love leads, and they don't hurt. I mean, sometimes, depending on who you are, you Clarissa Shields, shit might hurt. But Sha'Carri, that shit might hurt too.
Right.
But I think men just suck it up until they can't anymore. And then when the men, I think women hit first, but men hit harder.
Yeah. And I also think men hit harder in a different way. Now, it ain't gotta be physical, but most men know how to get you. They know that you emotional. They know that you stand by you, this and that. And they know that's gonna hurt you.
Ooh,
that's gonna take away from everything you believe in right there. Yeah, that's how men think. That's how men operate, though.
And then when I feel like when women are fit, and it's not right, don't get me wrong, but I ain't about to incriminate myself on this camera, but
I'm about to say that ain't what you said last week talking about this thing.
I'm just, I mean, you got to, but if I was a woman that put her hands on the man, I would say women do it out of emotion. They don't do it out of power. Most men put their hands on women out of power. I know I'm bigger than you. I know I'm stronger than you. I know you can't defend yourself against me. So this is what I can do to knock you off of your high horse. Women do it because I'm mad. Oh my God, I just went through your phone. I found out you cheated on me. You sick motherfucker, MF. And they just go, they just hit it. It's lovely. What you think?
Okay, I was about to say, what's your opinion, John?
Nobody should put their hands on nobody. And if you do, you have to go through the consequences.
Sean, it sounds like you 50-50.
If I never just hit somebody. Like just put my hands on my partner, no. But if I did, I should expect for him to hit me.
I always say that too. I always say that
like, no man, no, I don't believe that.
You need to say that louder because a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if you put your hands...
Any man.
Yeah, you gotta expect him to hit you back.
That man has the right to hit you back.
He has the right to defend himself.
Yes, especially no man wants you to hit them in their face.
Right.
That's the most disrespectful thing you do. Spit and hit in a man's face, baby. Because I ain't gonna lie, if somebody spit or hit me in my face, baby, I'm a tag, baby.
Right.
Lord forgive me.
And that's true. Like, if you put your hands on a man, you can't sit there and wolf cry, oh my God, he hit me when you were hitting him first.
Yeah.
So you just got to, when you step into that ring, you gotta know, like, y'all in there about to box. Most sensible gentlemen, they will try to restrain you in all different type of ways before they hit you back. But some situations, you got to.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like Sha'Carri as well, we don't know the backstory of what happened with her. So if you really watch the video, she was telling the police, hey, I'm in a domestic relationship. So we don't know what brewed up to that. She was dead wrong for putting her hands on him in public, but we don't know what the backstory was. We don't know if he was beating her the night before and she got in public. She's like, okay, I know you was whooping my butt in the apartment at home when there wasn't nobody watching. Now I'm gonna whoop your butt in public because I know you can't put your hands back on me.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know that. We just speaking on what we saw.
Right.
Through, just public opinion.
Social
We
media.
saw, but I'm not gonna hit a man and think he's not gonna put his hands back on me. That's just.
I don't think that was her issue though. I don't think it was that she didn't think he wasn't gonna put her. I don't think she cared that he put her hands.
No, I think in that moment she was very emotional.
She was very emotional.
Yeah.
Just bad.
She handled her business how she thought so. What she saw fit. Yeah. So I don't know.
But you gotta think, what would make you so mad that you sitting there hitting a man in the airport, it's gonna be consequences.
But listen, here's another thing. She may have thought she was not going to get in trouble because of who she is. Like, who she is. Like,
I don't think that was the case though, y'all, because not one time did she say it.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, how Al said, he felt like it's out because of who she is. That's why they make it a big thing. But she could have did that hit him because of who she thought she was.
And it may not be that she didn't say it, but she could have had those train of thoughts like, oh, I ain't going to jail. I'm such and such. And if I hit him, what are they gonna do?
I think if y'all would have heard the tone in her voice, her begging and pleading with them, I feel like if she was that prideful and full of ego about because I'm
She would've said
Richardson, that would have been the first thing she said. Y'all see arrest videos all the time with celebrities. They be like, do you know who I am? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're arresting? She didn't give that persona off at all.
Yeah, I mean, they do.
I think she probably didn't think she was going to go to jail because, like you said, because she's a woman.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was just having an argument with my boyfriend. Like you said, if it was the other way around, it would have been no questions asked. I think it was just her being a woman that she felt like she wanted to go to jail, and not her being Sha'Carri Richardson.
Right.
I mean,
Or thinking he have to say put me in jail, not because of you saw it. No, that was still a criminal activity that you did.
Yeah, and in the airport, you know better, girl.
Right. You knew better.
Yeah.
I don't know. She learned her lesson. Everybody learned their lesson. Don't put your hands on nobody.
No, for real.
Don't put your hands on nobody. Period. Don't put your hands on
You
nobody.
can't do nothing in the airport on them airplanes, baby. You going to
In the air, out of all the places, that's the last place I'm gonna cut up at. In the airport, I would have been whispering in his ear on that plane. You wait till we leave this ML. You wait till we get outside. You wait. You wait. If you ever want me to shut up, do something to me in the airport. You can do whatever. I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to be put on no flag.
Oh, girl, okay. Child, that's a mess.
Right. But he may tell the people that, he don't want to press charges and they just, go away or whatever. So hopefully,
Hopefully it gets resolved and, nothing traumatic happens to her, but we gonna see. What's so funny?
Your thing back was child.
Get up right back. That just took a two.
I ain't realize that. Them people probably like, them hoes ain't got nothing on them cards.
You get on my nerves. Not me seeing like a dumb blonde on this episode. Oh my god. Okay, y'all. So I got a question, y'all. Alright. So if you're dating someone, if they're going to the club all the time, we're gonna talk about them clubbing after 30 years old. Is it a red flag for you, or is it just a grown person having fun? Are they cuff material, or you gonna cut them off?
What is all the time?
Like, let's just say, okay, 7 days in a week. Let's say he goes to the club 4 days out of the week.
That is too much.
So what's an acceptable amount for you?
I mean, 2 days a week is fine. I mean, you know how, like, it's a spot in Tampa that I go to, sometimes after work and stuff, just to cool down, like smoke.
that's not clubbing though.
No, that ain't clubbing.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I'm talking about in the club. He in the club.
like the club.
Bottles,
Baby
that's
sections
why.
and all.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, yes, that's too much.
If you're not a promoter,
Yeah.
if you don't own the club,
DJ.
Yeah, why are you out in the club?
I don't see why you have to be in the club.
Yeah.
Girl, 2 days a week too much for me.
Yeah, I don't like a man really in the club. Like, I personally think the only time you should be in the club if you're celebrating, you're going out with your homeboys, they celebrate a birthday or a bachelor party, something like that. But just because number one, the club is for single people.
Yeah.
And you spend so much money in the club.
And then after 30 though, like, and you buying a bottle and getting a section every night, that's a lot. That's excessive.
So how do you think men look at women who's always in the club?
Oh, men can't stand that.
They don't.
Men cannot stand
They don't.
I think they love it and hate it.
I don't think so.
I think they love it and hate it. I mean,
Why you say that, child?
because that's when you go to meet people and then you see the same people in the club every week. Like, I don't know, I just feel like
That is
it's a
what
love-hate
they
relationship.
Well, I think that's the issue. That man know that she's gonna be in that club all the time. She liable to meet somebody.
Right, but as women, what do? We draw back. When we have a man that we like, we in a relationship, we draw back from that. So I think it just depends.
But I feel like if I'm talking to, like, so it's nothing wrong with you being in the club. You're a single man, you ain't talking to nobody, that's where you go, that's where single people meet.
Right.
However, if we're dating and you're still constantly going to the club, that's a red flag. Because what are you in the club for? Now, a lounge, a bar,
But
something
just
like that.
You still.
Yeah,
Even with dating,
because even with dating, because you're going, I feel like you're going to the club to meet people.
For something.
Yeah, if you just wanted to go have a drink and decompress, you have bars for that, lounges for that. Why are we going to the club turned up? Like the club is a total different atmosphere. Yeah, if you're not celebrating anything, what are you in the club for? I don't have an issue with you going to the bar. I like to go to the bar. I go to the bar 7 days a week if I could. But hey.
And then not only that, baby, you gotta think about the financial part of it, baby. Now you spending all this money. The money that we can be using to build a house, put in our child.
If you've been productive.
Yeah, exactly.
You work.
You can't be
Right.
working.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that's a hang up. Like,
No, for real.
Unless you, I mean, if you work for yourself, baby, and you just got it like that, and you got somebody to run your business and stuff like that.
but always in the club, like,
Yeah.
you could do different things, like find another hobby, do golfing, like do something else. Like I love me in that golf. Absolutely, that's a big thing.
Girl, I like a man that won, baby.
Oh, for real?
Yes, one.
So he can don't get the shit
I
out of
like when he do that. You know, like when you, I'll be driving to work, girl.
And you can see in the room.
With their little shirts off,
Got you with a red
But that is so cool. I could see it now.
He got all of his review looking back at that man around.
And be driving sometimes looking back. Pay attention, child. Look at that man.
But it gotta be other hobbies you gotta have, like in the club, after 30 all the time.
Yeah, I'm cutting.
It's a cut.
Yeah.
Oh, you cutting this week?
Yeah, I'm cutting this week, baby. That's too much for me.
Okay.
That's too much, baby. Because I need a man that know how to save his money. Baby, I can't pay for everything.
And then, damn, I'm not fun. You don't want to stay home and
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can have a club.
I'm the party.
Like, we can get a bottle.
Yeah.
We just wanted something. We can get a bottle and stay home.
Yeah.
Because I would question myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, why do he feel the need
To go to the club. Like, y'all don't get it confused. We're not talking about the bar and that's a total different act.
We talk about
club.
club.
Yeah, no. What are you in here for? I feel like you in here scouting, it ain't no face man in the club.
Trying to find a bottle, girl.
Yeah, trying to get a bottle. And they going. Sorry.
Every time.
Like, get that too.
Every time. Every time.
So y'all let us know in the comments what y'all gonna do. We cutting or we cussing? Oh, y'all forgot to have y'all noticed when we been sipping our tea out the other night? You check it. Let me get a little closer for y'all.
Yes. Y'all see that?
Period. Y'all see it. Catch this tea in the cold tea mug, baby.
Yeah.
We thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode of Cold Tea Podcast. What episode we on, y'all? 6. Episode 6. Y'all been rocking with us. 6 episodes. So we really appreciate you. So
Thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Y'all are definitely the best.
Yes. Thank y'all. Leave comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our video. And check us out on Instagram at Cold Tea Official. Once again, it's your girl, Miss Vivian, baby.
It's your boy, Al.
And I'm your girl, Dr. L.
Y'all next week.
Just know just what you want.